The Atma Part 2. The first school I will tell you about is styled the dualist school. The dualists believe that God, who is the creator of the universe and its ruler, is eternally separate from nature, eternally separate from the human soul. God is eternal, nature is eternal, so are all souls. Nature and the souls become manifested and change, but God remains the same. According to the dualists, again, this God is personal in that he has qualities, not that he has a body. He has human attributes, he is merciful, he is just, he is powerful, he is almighty, he can be approached, he can be prayed to, he can be loved, he loves in return, and so forth. In one word, he is the human God, only infinitely greater than man. He has none of the evil qualities which men have. He is the repository of an infinite number of blessed qualities, that is their definition. He cannot create without materials, and nature is the material out of which he creates the whole universe. There are some non Vedantic dualists called atomists who believe that nature is nothing but an infinite number of atoms, and God's will, acting upon these atoms, creates. The Vedantists deny the atomic theory. They say it is perfectly illogical. The indivisible atoms are like geometrical points without parts or magnitude. But something without parts or magnitude, if multiplied an infinite number of times, will remain the same. Anything that has no parts will never make something that has parts. Like any number of zeros added together will not make one single whole number. So, if these atoms are such that they have no parts or magnitude, the creation of the universe is simply impossible out of such atoms. Therefore, according to the Vedantic dualists, there is what they call indiscrete or undifferentiated nature, and out of that, God creates the universe. The vast mass of Indian people are dualists. Human nature ordinarily cannot conceive of anything higher. We find that 90% of the population of the earth who believe in any religion are dualists. All the religions of Europe and Western Asia are dualist. They have to be. The ordinary man cannot think of anything which is not concrete. He naturally likes to cling to that which his intellect can grasp. That is to say, he can only conceive of higher spiritual ideas by bringing them down to his own level. He can only grasp abstract thoughts by making them concrete. This is the religion of the masses all over the world. They believe in a God who is entirely separate from them, a great king, a high mighty monarch, as it were. At the same time, they make him purer than the monarchs of the earth. They give him all good qualities and remove the evil qualities from him, as if it were ever possible for good to exist without evil, as if there could be any conception of light without the conception of darkness. With all dualist theories, the first difficulty is how is it possible that under the rule of a just and merciful God, the repository of an infinite number of good qualities, there can be so many evil in this world? This question arose in all dualist religions, but the Hindus never invented a Satan as an answer to it. The Hindus, with one accord, laid the blame on man, and it was easy for them to do so. Why? Because, as I have just told you now, they did not believe that the souls were created out of nothing. We see in this life that we can shape and form our nature, our future. Every one of us, every day, is trying to shape the morrow. Today we fix the fate of tomorrow, tomorrow we shall fix the fate of the day after, and so on. It is quite logical that this reasoning can be pushed backward too. If by our own deeds we shape our destiny in the future, why not apply the same rule to the past? If, in an infinite chain, a certain number of links are alternatively repeated, then if one of these groups of links be explained, we can explain the whole chain. So, in this infinite length of time, if we can cut off one portion and explain that portion and understand it, then if it be true that nature is uniform, the same explanation must apply to the whole chain of time. If it be true that we are working out our own destiny here within this short space of time, if it be true that everything must have a cause and we see it now, it must also be true that which we are now is the effect of the whole of our past. Therefore, no other person is necessary to shape the destiny of mankind but man himself. The evils that are in the world are caused by none else but ourselves. We have caused all this evil. And just as we constantly see misery resulting from evil actions, so can we also see that much of the existing misery in the world is the effect of the past wickedness of man. Man alone, therefore, according to this theory, is responsible. God is not to blame. He, the eternally merciful Father, is not to blame at all. We reap what we sow.